Oh my God, this guy is someone's coworker, bro. You know there's a separate group chat where they talk exclusively about him. Oh my God, that separate group chat is going to see this video. Oh my God, because Charlie is the coworker champion, right? Oh my God. If he actually does work, I assume he must be working from home. There's 0% chance that he's like this looks like he hasn't been socialized properly.
You will pet me, whether you like it or not.
I'm kind of at a loss for words here. I can't believe what I just watched was genuine and not a skit. But this seems authentic. What you picture in your head when you hear the term Reddit mod is exactly what you are about to see unfold in the flesh. The reason this mod just lost his position is because he was promoting a scam on the subreddit that he was the top mod for.
Is Kaya alive? No, I killed her. I had to sacrifice her so that Reddit could also do one sacrifice in her stead. I sacrificed her life so that Stale 2000 would pay the ultimate penalty, the ultimate sacrifice, losing your top moderator position.
Livestream fail. I made 2 videos covering this. It was the $1 Million Fan Show, which was paraded around as a $20 million reality television show for streamers' fans to sign up, and even paid entry into it to compete for, $20 million prize purse. Turns out the whole thing was a load of baloney. As it appears, everything has been wiped off the face of the planet. So some viewers paid money for actually nothing. They flushed it down the and agencies that brought this to streamers were left embarrassed. Most notably, Mythic Talent was the one that was named by some of the streamers as...
I can't believe I'm the one who's saying this because my background is so busy, but I think Charlie might have too many action figures. Is this sacrilegious? Because they're all so cool, but it's getting a little busy. Clearly didn't listen to Trump on the $3 rule. Maybe 1, maybe 2, at most 3. No more than $3 per family this Christmas.
As their agency that took them this deal, where seemingly no due diligence was done on behalf of Mythic to confirm whether or not this was even legitimate in the first place as a paid promotion. It was supposed to be an Amazon production, but clearly it was not an Amazon production.
Yeah, the only reason why I say that is because Saitama Sensei is on the ground right there, and I feel like this one is fine to be on the ground because it's so tall, but this deserves to be up top somewhere, you know what I mean?
And it took 2 seconds of going to the website to deduce that this was fraudulent, but they took this deal before the website even existed. It's a whole mess. I've already covered all this, but Livestream Fail gets roped in because there was this inexplicable partnership that no one fully understood, where $1 Million Fan was in bed with Livestream Fail, and the top mod of Livestream Fail made a post on the subreddit pinning it to try and get more suckers into it. And now this is his response after being fundamentally fired from his free position of Reddit janitor.
Hello, Spez, Mr. CEO of Reddit. I hope you have received this public video that I have created and sent to you via your email. If not, I hope anybody who cares about the topic in this video can get this to him in any way that you can. This video is about a topic of deadly seriousness, and that is of Reddit moderation and the state of your platform.
Oh my God. This is Reddit's Manhattan Project right now. The moderators are rising up against the CEO of Reddit. I'm actually at a loss for words. This couldn't be a more lame start to this video. The topic he's about to cover is how he believes Reddit mods don't have enough, elbow grease from the Reddit upper echelon, like Spez here, the CEO. He believes they should be entitled to brand deals, talent managers, lawyers, and stuff, so that way they can better be utilized as Reddit moderators. I'm not even kidding, by the way. I'm not exaggerating. These are points he was making in this video, and that's what he's talking about with deadly seriousness here.
As this story goes more viral, LSF is going to get much more desperate to lose the heat, so they'll turn around and try to boost some fake story about you, the same way they do whenever their chosen streamers gets negative coverage and they make up stories or edit clips of you to take the heat off said streamers. I'm curious to see what they'll come up with. If they do, I'll keep cooking their asses, because there is so much more to this story than what Charlie knows. Can you imagine the coverage that I just did on this guy and his background and his connection to Destiny and all the things that he said privately, and talking about how much power he holds other people, trying to prop up another content creator exclusively through LSF, so that there's another new orbiter that they can create that will be a Destiny defender. cooking Dan Saltman in the process as well, because they're also connected in this thing. And then the person, the content creator that they tried to fucking create as like a new content creator that will defend Destiny without like being directly associated with Destiny, turns out to be a pedophile, drama champion in the way that Stale 2000 presented it. So obviously all of that stuff, I mean, good luck. Charlie's video is 36 minutes long and he doesn't even mention Destiny despite knowing, well, no, Charlie has no idea that this guy's a Destiny orbiter. What are you, crazy? Half of this chat doesn't know that. I barely even talk about this until today. There is a 0% chance he knows. Brother, you shouldn't even know that this guy is a Destiny orbiter and did this LSF just for Destiny. The thing that I described to you guys in terms of like mass harassment and manufactured outrage operations that they're doing at the behest of a sex cult leader is so extremely online that even someone like Charlie, who is extremely online, or even someone who's extremely online on Twitch that goes on LSF all the time, they don't know. This is beyond deep lore. Most other content creators understand harassment. Most other content creators understand cyber harassment, cyber stalking, right? They do not understand how deep the level of cyber stalking and influence peddling operations goes. They don't get it, okay? They don't understand it. Like, it's not even content creators who understand harassment, understand stalkers, understand swatting, which are not all of these content creators, let's be real. Some of them don't even know about that. But even the content creators who do know that don't understand the level of the level of sophistication in this smear operation. I barely scratched the surface. I'm gonna keep it $150. There are some journalists who are aware of it, and let me tell you, okay? Let me tell you, the level of sophistication that's put into like Discord servers being specifically designed around stalking not only me but my family, and then getting as much information out there on my family members and getting as much false information out there on my family, creating AI articles about my dad being a billionaire that owns like 1 million properties in America. Like, the level of tarring and feathering that these guys go to is not normal. Brother, October 7 happened, and 3 days after October 7 happened, there was a website created specifically to highlight every single clip chimp thing that they could find to say that I was a Hamas supporter, to say that I was like anti-Semitic. They straight up made a website called Hasanabi on like October 10. Do you understand the level of insane you need to be? They made a video, they made a game that prominent streamers played called Twitcher Terrorist, where myself, Frogan, and a bunch of other Muslim content creators, Arab content creators, and anti-Israel content creators were matched up against terrorists, okay? Prominent terrorists. And Asmongold played it on this website, didn't get banned. I don't think you understand the level of depravity here, okay? Yeah. Like, imagine if you're pro-Israel or if you have family members. XQC did all of it too. Okay, XQ would react to all this and not even know that it was a clip chimp, but that's why he calls you a terrorist. Yeah, XQC literally leaned into all this shit as well. There was a website that they created that looked professional that logged every single chatter. They used something in the Twitch API to basically log every single chatter in here to try to make it seem like chatters were being anti-Semitic, to try to make it seem like moderators were anti-Semitic in their moderation. They thought they could bring this in front of Congress. I don't present a lot of this stuff to you on a daily basis because if I did, one, I would probably come across as insane to the average person, okay? And two, I would do nothing but cover this shit every single day. And honestly, I think I have more important things to do than do that, right? They edited screenshots. They worked alongside the Apartheid Defense League, Anti-Defamation League, which is his former name, to get Twitch to ban myself and other anti-Israel content creators, calling them anti-Semitic. They got success. They got Morgan banned. They got Rafi banned. They got a bunch of people banned. They worked alongside Canary Mission and ADL to literally harass anti-Zionist content creators. They tried to create an adpocalypse on Twitch. They sent thousands and thousands of emails to every single college that I've ever appeared at before I appear at those colleges. Emails that have complete nonsense in them. They sent every advertiser thousands of emails. Every advertiser that has ever advertised on Twitch has received tens of thousands of emails from exactly the guy that we were looking at before, okay? This guy and other people that look exactly like this guy and sound exactly like this guy. They send thousands of emails to every marketing agency that has clients, that have companies, that have bought advertisement slots on Twitch with an email that was full of fake nonsense, complete fabricated information that claimed that like Twitch was actually banning Jews off the platform or whatever right? AT&T is one of those companies that actually ate that bait and blacklisted me for a while. Not sure if they still have me blacklisted. This is all the stuff that was going on in the background. Meanwhile, every brain dead, stupid ass content creator that was like, oh, maybe Hasan shouldn't be talking about politics, didn't realize that this was happening because of a position that you now also openly say you believe in as well. When you say free Palestine, now that it's comfortable to say, those on the background were eating my ass every day trying to get me to stop saying it when it wasn't as fashionable to say it. There's no way the guy from LSF wasn't in contact with the Apartheid Defense League. No, not him directly. It's Dan Saltman. That was Dan Stalkman, also known as Dan Saltman, Destiny's second in command, the 60-year-old loser. Yeah, look, they made this like insane website. The scale of anti-Semitism. Each glowing dot represents 100 anti-Semitic messages sent in Assange chat. This visualization reveals staggering volume of hate speech that persists in the community. Click any dot to examine a sample of these messages. Holocaust relativizing piece of scum. I spit on your face for every victim. Israel isn't a tornado. They chose to kill those children. What a tool. I want to beat the shit out of this Zionist nerd. Let's go yourself, Israel. Let's go yourself, Israel. Let's go to hell, Israel, you Nazi parasites. These are the anti-Semitic message sets. Dumb Nazis, suck my 10-inch Jew cock. These Jewish anti-Zionists clearly being anti-Semitic. That's from October 21st, 2022, by the way. It's not even about Israel. They just key searched Jew and decided everyone that has ever actually said anything against Nazis while revealing that they're Jewish was clocked on the website. These are before October 7. It's ridiculous. They have no shame at all as we see news every few months of bombing campaigns that Israel's doing and killing Palestinian citizens. Again, July 10th, 2023, before October 7. They are so gross using the Jew suffering during the Holocaust to murder. This genocide, this Holocaust, the IDF. God, please save the Palestinians. Israel exit polls are out. Bibi is poised to come back. Wow, such anti-Semitism. Ethan Klein promoted this website. That's why it's ridiculous that these guys now have to turn around and be like, we were always anti-Israel. Come on now, Ethan Klein. That's why nobody believes you, Ethan Klein, when you say, oh, I'm always pro-Palestine, except for, I don't know, your remaining fans. This is one of the few very large, very well-moderated spaces on the internet where you can actually be openly anti-Zionist without being hunted down by Nazis for being Jewish. Okay? What the especially at a time when there's clout associated with being anti-Semitic. Why the would I still maintain my anti-Semitism position? It's because I have a conviction, because it's bigotry. This is the type of that I was dealing with for years, dude. For maintaining a consistent position on Israel because I have a firm commitment to being anti-genocide and anti-fascist. They tried so desperately. And I'll be honest, like, look, there are so many people that there's a reason why I've been talking about like wanting to go to New York City and not be in Los Angeles anymore. Because the last 2 years, I saw so much heinous that content creators such as myself, but also much smaller communities receive from massive, massive content creators on this platform. And not a single person, not a single large content creator that saw that came out and said something, dude. That's why I ate it for years, because at least I was like, you know, I can handle it. I have a big enough community. The more they focus on me, I hope they don't go after others. And Ethan Klein still is going after Morgan, still going after Denims, trying to bury them under paperwork. This kind of like this right here, this was never once mentioned. And I know like all this stuff is deep cuts, and maybe it didn't actually reach the level of impact. Yes, I don't rate people because of that. I know, because there's a 1,000 psychos in here at any given moment that, dude, I took off people from my promotional streams. It's only Ugopnik now because he asked for it. People were worried that they would get hate, because these guys don't just go after me. They go after my friends. They went after my friends for years. They went after basically everyone's ad revenue, not just myself. Because, I mean, I don't give a shit, obviously. I'm sponsored by my viewers. I'm sponsored by my subscribers, you know? And that is the reason why they went after the entire political commentary section, cutting a bunch of Twitch streamers' careers short for that reason. Because I don't have any visible advertisers or any big advertisers that I work with, they couldn't go after them. So they went after the entire platform, and it didn't work. Yeah, they went after my friend Cutie Cinderella and my coworker Ludwig. They went after so many people. Yeah, this, by the way, the Israel exit polls are out. Bibi is poised to come back. This from November 1st, 2022. This community has been anti-Zionist since I started on this platform. I've been an anti-Zionist, an outspoken anti-Zionist for many, many years, for a decade prior. Even before Nick Fuentes knew what Israel was, I was actually an anti-Zionist, unlike him, who is just an anti-Semite. That's why I laugh when they're trying to test me on you know, whether or not I have a true position that's anti-Zionist on Israel. Like, shut the up. It's ridiculous. They have no shame at all. All we see news every few months of bombing campaigns that Israel's doing and killing Palestinian citizens. IDF literally tweets memes of killing Palestinians and leveling their homes, being used as an example of gross anti-Semitism on this website. In any case, you know, I don't make a bigger deal out of this because otherwise I'd go crazy talking about it all the time, but this is half the stuff that I'm dealing with on the background, okay?
Talks about Reddit moderators like they're G.I. Joe commandos. Man,
and it's losers like this stale guy that's like, you know, playing a formative role in this.
Please come back to reality. Like, I don't want anyone to harass this guy, so I'm not going to be like showing you his channel or anything like that, because honestly, I kind of feel bad for him that he's put so much weight on his personal life into this position, which is just a thankless job. And it's not really a job, at least it should never be considered a job, because all he is doing is moderating a subreddit as a volunteer janitor. I really thought this was a skit, and I'm still, a small part of me, you know, on the copium here, is hoping that this is like satirical and not real, but I don't know, it feels genuine.
I was the top moderator of your #1 gaming subreddit, r/livestreamfail, before I was recently removed from that position by the Reddit Code of Conduct team. I became a Reddit moderator for one reason, and that is because I think that Reddit communities and correspondingly its moderators have massive power and influence, and for some reason, nobody seems to notice, care, or take this seriously. Least of all, its moderators or the company.
You know, that's not really a good look to say the sole reason you pursued this path of heroism as a Reddit moderator is because you believed that it held so much power. So you're basically just saying that you were power hungry and wanted to take this spot so that way you could feel powerful. He believes that Reddit communities and specifically Reddit moderators hold a strong level of sway and power, and that's why he became one himself. That, I don't think, is a good look, man. It's not even coming from like a place of passion or something for communities. He is literally saying he did it because he wanted to be strong. Come on! I understand that Reddit communities, like Reddit as a whole, is a platform that does hold like legitimate influence over like conversations and topics and stuff like that. So by extension, moderators have a lot of ability to control narratives by hiding things or boosting things, and that is something that I've talked about in the past and a lot of people have made mentions of many times. It's been a, you know, it's been a pretty big yapping point for a while. This is the quintessential Reddit mod mentality. You know the stereotype that exists of power tripping Reddit mods? He is in the first minute of this video confirming that is exactly what drives him, is power. Like this small modicum of power that he was bestowed for the livestream fail subreddit. And it's, the level of self-importance is sickening.
In this video, I will go over why I believe this, and I will also talk about a code of conduct moderation action that was taken against me due to good faith mistakes that I believe were caused by a clear lack of direct material support that the company gives its moderators. I will end the video by talking about what you, Spez, can do to fix this problem, as well as what I and other communities can do in case Reddit does not solve this very serious mismanagement problem regarding the lack of support that is given to moderators.
So here's the spoiler alert. He is going to be playing a sad song in the world's smallest violin Berlin about how he has been removed now as top mod of Livestream Fail because he was promoting a scam through that subreddit, which did ultimately result in people losing money. There were actual victims of the scam, so he has been removed of his position at the top of the food chain on Livestream Fail, and he is now putting a decent chunk of that blame on Reddit itself for not giving him the tools to avoid this from happening. Like, he, at a certain point, there's like a brief moment of self-awareness, like this lightning bolt of self-awareness, where he's like, yeah, you know, it was a little fishy. But then he like immediately pushes it onto Reddit, like, but if Reddit had given me access to brand deals and lawyers, this probably wouldn't have happened. It's like, what the f*** are you talking about? You're a Reddit mod. Why would Reddit be giving you access to lawyers and brand deals in that doesn't make sense?
First, I will go over the code of conduct action and why I was removed as the top moderator of r/livestreamfail. This sounds like stupid internet drama, I know, but I'm going to talk about how this is a very clear example about how Reddit's mistakes causes very serious problems to Reddit's community and the company as a whole.
It was your mistake, buddy. Spez wasn't behind you massaging your shoulders as you signed the deal with $1 Million Fan Show, which turned out to be a scam. He wasn't like the Sith Lord projecting into you, trying to convince you to go to the dark side to, you know, sell out Livestream Fail.
I'm sorry, I didn't know it was that bad. Just know that your commentary about Israel has helped inform my view for someone who works in politics and government. No, of course, that's why I do it. That's why there's a lot of there's you know, unserious people in here, and then there's also serious people in here as well. And the reason why I do it, in spite of all of this, is because one, I believe in it, and two, you never know who you are going to influence. Okay, and listen, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing regardless. I just wanted you guys to understand like how insane things have been. On the background, it doesn't necessarily impact me all that much. And I know that like even when I mention this kind of thing, what is this? Love how you leave the seat to react. Not sure how taking a shit plus reacting to video. Yeah, you got me. I was putting my dishes away. But the reason, what I was gonna say is like these guys have also like collaborated with congresspersons, you know? Like this does have political impact to a certain degree. I mean, the impact is softened at this point, but like, you know, there is definitely, it is a political operation at the end of the day, because I am a political content creator at the end of the day, right? So there's that. And also from what I understand, like this guy Stale basically already like brought in a bunch of Destiny orbiters into the frame, and they're still controlling the LSF subreddit, which is why they deleted the video from the LSF subreddit when it was posted and people were clowning on them. And I believe like Dan has already talked about in DGG chats how they still control the subreddit.
To get more people hooked on $1 Million Fan Show. It was not the CEO of...
What large creators did you want to speak out in your defense? Not even in my defense, but in defense of like Morgan and all these other content creators that have been banned. I wish that there were larger content creators like Charlie, Ludwig, like so many people at least like one of the different instances where they were like actively going after people like Morgan and them, and myself as well, to be like, hey guys, this is getting a little racist. Like, can we calm down? You're playing a game called Twitcher Terrorist. Like, what the, you know? It's crazy. Ethan was basically flexing what remains of his power as like a somewhat sizable content creator to destroy the lives and livelihood of so many smaller content creators because he felt hurt that I made him feel bad because I knew that people were eventually going to see the truth about Israel, and I was trying to warn him not to come across like a asshole. That's why I always stress the importance of like how much power you have with your voice when we are united, right? Because a lot of people saw the truth, but they were so scared. A lot of people saw the truth, but they were genuinely terrified of speaking out. And they were terrified of speaking out because they saw what happened to people that did speak out. Okay? Unfortunately, everyone just thinks you're a rage baiter. No, brother. You and the communities that you come from think that. Adults don't think that. People in politics don't think that. It's just this hyper insular community of people that have a lot of clout in like specific spaces online. That's the point. That's actually what I'm trying to explain here. Like, this is what you come across as when you don't realize that your worldview is not represented by anyone other than the people in the cult that you're in. You know what I mean? Like, this is a moment. This is where someone who has personally invested a lot into being in a community, right, meets, what is this? If you're going to go for the king, go for the head. This is when someone, what is this? The high levels of thinking. What the is this video that you, Homath Pogrestein. I have a lot of normie friends who think you're a crazy anarchist who hates his dog just because of Twitter clips out of context. You thought you were going to be some great man, some speedrun savior. Oh, he was adding XQC. Hey, man, I'm guilty of coming in here to rage bait. My bad. I'm sorry. It's all good. Cop out, Andy. You're the same as Asman, but for the left. This guy's just in it for the content. Bro, remember, they mass brigaded the trash taste video. Asmongold did and Ethan did. And then they threw up W's. And then the trash taste guys were like, yeah, actually, it's really up that we had Hasan on. We're so sorry. Like, I was getting blasted by homies. I was doing them a favor. And then they me. I mean, it's fine. Look, let bygones be bygones. It doesn't matter. You gotta eat it sometimes. You know what I mean? You gotta eat it sometimes. It is what it is. And also, I've talked to them since then, and I don't harbor any resentment or ill will, and neither should you. But at the time, I never really brought it up. But that was another instance where people were like, he's a terrorist. He's a terrorist. Why are you having a terrorist on? Nowadays, every single person that probably at the time was saying like, why did you have a terrorist on, is running around talking a big game about how much they love Palestine, free Palestine. You know what I mean? Because it's vibes based for a lot of these people. For a lot of fans out there, they treat this like as a sport. They treat this like as team sport. My favorite content creator was saying Hasan because he's a terrorist for the same positions that I now hold and maintain. You know, that's just what it is. Have any of those people apologized to you? Yes, they have. I just couldn't comprehend how these people wouldn't even talk about like what these guys were actively trying to do, because it was around the issue of Israel. Okay? Because it was around the issue of Israel, and it was still the third rail for everyone that wanted to continue making money with big advertisers. So they did not want to say nothing about Israel. Okay? So the only people that were speaking were either the advocates and the activists on the streets, or people like myself that were just like capable of eating it. And it didn't matter. They created an environment of fear. Okay? They created an environment of tremendous fear around anyone that would dare speak out about anything. This is how Israel was able to basically successfully create like no pushback for the longest time until the dam broke, because they couldn't do anything on TikTok. TikTok was far too independent. Stable Ronaldo has more viewers than you? Hell yeah. W Stable Ronaldo. It's my GOAT. I don't think you guys know this. I've been a Stable Ronaldo truther and defended him against Ninja many, many years ago. I've been there. I've seen the rise, I've seen the fall, and I've seen the rise again, you know? Unless he collabs with Aiden, yeah, that broke my heart, I'll be honest. But what are you going to do? He's young.
You know, that's perfect for LSF, which is about fun, crazy content about kind of live streaming gamers.
If that isn't the stinkiest load of horseradish I've ever heard with that description of LSF. Do you go on your own subreddit? Have you ever been on your own subreddit? That's not what it is. That's not what you just described at all. That is the most blatant misrepresentation of that subreddit I've ever heard anyone try to squeak out. If this was Pinocchio, his nose would have just went Wumbo Insano style with that lie right there. Anyone who has ever visited LSF in the last, 7 years.
He hasn't been a truther review, though? What? I don't give a shit. Brother, what did I just tell you? What did I just tell you? I just explained to you the process of staying committed to my beliefs, and then literally watching the entire community that I was a part of with massive content creators that I've known for years not say a single peep about all of the harassment that I was taking, and also all the harassment that other people on the platform were taking for being associated with me in some capacity. For 2 years, I just explained to you that I was eating it. Why the would I give a if Stable Ronaldo was like clip farming and said some you know? Why? You think I care? I don't give a I don't care.
Will tell you it is not a subreddit for crazy, wacky clips of gaming and, stream fails or anything like that. I don't know why he's even trying that angle. Everyone knows that's not what that subreddit is.
So when I heard about this, I was very excited. I immediately reached out to the organizers to see if we could set up some sort of a collaboration. This collaboration...
Yeah, dude, because you're a gas bag, dude. You're just a mouth on Twitch. Well, this mouth was on your mother's pussy last night, and she wasn't just saying you're a mouth. She was saying you're a god. And then saying, oh God, I'm coming. That's what your mother was saying. You might have heard it from the other room. Also, I'm your stepdad now. No, I'm the father that stepped up. You're grounded. You're grounded. Raspberry roulade.
would just be to get cool content on the subreddit. No, financial incentives, no moderators being paid, basically none of anything like that, just fun, cool stuff for the community in the subreddit. For collaborations, the first obvious thing that came to mind was, how do we get their content on the subreddit? Either some superfans or some editors could clip some cool hype moment from the show and then post it to the subreddit.
What? That's what happens already organically on every other stream. Why would this, a potential $20 million reality TV show, be any different? Obviously, things would already be being clipped and posted on the LSF subreddit. Why would you be reaching out about a collaboration to ensure that happens when you know for a fact it already would if this show ever actually existed in the first place? That doesn't make any sense to me at all. Like, trying to be extremely charitable here, maybe he was under the impression that this would be exclusive to Amazon Prime, thus they wouldn't have the rights to post it on LSF. But on the flip side of that coin, he said he heard about this from streamers, thus he would have known that it was going to be streamed on Twitch in the first place, thus it would still be clippable for LSF. That's just business as usual. I don't know why he would reach out about a collaboration to do what was already no doubt going to be done already. It just, that doesn't pass the smell test. I don't understand.
But I also had a stretch goal, and that was, what if LSF could be part of the show in some way? I don't know, there could be like a LSF-themed best clip contest. Like, contestants compete in one of the kind of small challenges, they make the best clip, and then somebody kind of wins a prize at the end. It was a stretch goal, though.
Why, though? LSF best clip is just the best clip from the event. Why does LSF's name need to be attached to it? This guy is treating Livestream Fail like it's his personal brand. Like, this is his baby, this is his product. So all the clips that hit LSF are actually Top Mods clips as well. I just don't even get this stretch goal here. I think he just wanted LSF's name out there more because it gives him more power in some capacity, because this is totally useless. Again, whatever would win best clip would just be someone else's content. There doesn't necessitate a Livestream Fails shout out there for some reason. Like, even if they were the ones that were like hosting votes on what the best clip is, who gives a that could have been anything and anyone where people, like the actual communities, would vote on it, not just his subreddit. Anyway, though, he goes on to explain that they accepted this proposal. He was super hype about it because it meant this was a big moment for the subreddit, and he even made a mention that he believed he could turn this into even more opportunities for the subreddit going further.
It is crazy how radically honest he is about how much power he thinks he has, by the way, by controlling this subreddit. Respect for him to be, respect for Stale 1000 for being such an unfuckable loser and so transparent about it.
Calling it into even more LSF prominence.
So we quickly worked to make an announcement together, and I posted it the next day. When I posted it, everybody in the comment section immediately yelled, scam, 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 scam. I mean, think about it. Amazon Prime has spent lots of money on tons of shows, and, I didn't necessarily think that the show was worth $20 million, but, that doesn't mean that Amazon Prime wouldn't fund it. And, if LSF was involved, maybe it would actually succeed. Maybe my involvement alone could make the $20 million kind of investment worth it. Who knows? At least that's what I thought.
It sounds like you weren't thinking at all, though. Why would Amazon be spending $20 million on like 8 streamers and their fans on Twitch and only a $5 million grand prize for Mr. Beast? What sense does that make, man? That isn't really checking out either. Also, he's making kind of like a joke about, maybe my involvement alone would make it worth the investment. But that's how he actually feels, by the way. Like, that's his tone throughout this whole video. He truly believes that he is like God's gift to streaming because he was the top mod of Livestream Fail. It is a very scary mentality to have, and I do genuinely feel bad for him that he has poisoned his own brain to this level, deluded himself into thinking that him being a top mod on a subreddit was something of significance and something of brand importance.
I'm a highly paid software engineer working in San Francisco. I do not need to take a couple $1,000 bribes from random internet scams. Okay, I was doing this because I legitimately care about the subreddit, and that's why I spend my time on it.
So he debunks rumors that he was paid to promote $1 Million Show from the organizers, saying that he doesn't need to be taking bribes, he's financially well off. He then goes on to say that he was addressing some of the deleted comments because that was a specific mention in why Reddit canned him, because it potentially showed malice because he was involved in this promotion that ended up being a scam, and so he wanted to address the deleted comments. He then has a section dedicated to me where I talked about the scam, and then the organizers were talking to him well, since Charlie talked about the scam, 5 streamers dropped out, so we're no longer doing this anymore. Pack your bags, take down the post. And then he says I didn't do enough research on it because I didn't reach out to him or the organizers.
But beyond that, it doesn't seem like he did much research. I don't think that he reached out to any of the organizers. He certainly didn't reach out to me. And I mean, I don't know if he reached out to Mythic Talent or any of the
Oh my God, this guy is someone's coworker, bro. There's a separate group chat where they talk exclusively about him. Oh my God, that separate group chat is going to see this video. Oh my God, because Charlie is the coworker champion, right? Oh my God. If he actually does work, I assume he must be working from home. There's 0% chance that he's like this looks like he hasn't been socialized properly. This is gonna make it to the Slack channel though, for sure. Coworkers are going crazy mode about the weird guy that they knew was exactly like this.
Streamers. And that important point is that nothing in this situation has yet to be definitively proven as a scam. I repeat, there is no definitive, at least public information yet, that anything fraudulent, malicious, or illegal has happened in the situation.
Brother, your level of research was cold calling the organization dick in hand, begging to be associated with them, and then that was the extent of it, because apparently you heard one of the streamers promote it. And yet he's going to be causing a hubbub because I didn't reach out to him for his perspective. Brother, I didn't even really talk about you in my video, just that you were associated with this, roped into the same scam that they were. And for what it's worth, if you watch the video, you would know I did get in contact with 2 agencies, one of which got the exact same contracts that Mythic did and got information on that, as well as getting one of the actual offers that Mythic was taking to the streamers. So I was very well familiarized.
This motherfucker did more research for this one than reach out to me with the Kayage. Anyway, whatever.
With everything that was unfolding behind the scenes. And again, it doesn't take a super sleuth to go to their website and see that it's just barnacles, man. One of their partners didn't even exist. There was no website and no business. Their about section was AI-generated mumbo-jumbo. Every single paragraph ended in triplets and also had the telltale sign of, it's not this, it's this, over and over and over again. Their first image on their site was literally an AI-generated mansion, and he mentions that in this video, but then goes on to say shamelessly that there's no definitive proof that this was ever a scam in the first place. That's a wild statement. Why don't you ask the people who spent money on this how they feel? Do they feel like they got their money's worth? Did they get the product they paid for? I imagine not, because this event is not even potentially in the cards and doesn't seem like it ever was to begin with, man. Their socials are removed. The website is down. Amazon hasn't made a peep about it. From what I've heard, the agencies are pissed about this. All signs point to this being a scam. Like, any sane, sensible person would look at all of this evidence and reach the same conclusion that this was horseradish. I don't know why he's trying to present something otherwise now.
The only confirmed things that we have right now is that I guess there was a website, looked a little weird, there was some bad publicity, everybody called it a scam, and then a bunch of streamers dropped out, and then the event got canceled, and everybody got refunded. None of this is illegal. None of this is proved to be a scam, at least yet. Maybe I'll eat these words.
Brother, you're eating your own cock right now. What are you talking about? And then everyone claps. Like, this is just fanfic. Where are you getting this information? There was an explicit no refund policy on their website baked into it. It was very boldly stated there are no refunds once you make these purchases. Who got a refund? I haven't seen anyone, posting receipts of getting a refund from the money they spent on this. Where are you getting that information from? That's a genuine question. Maybe he's seeing things that I'm not seeing somewhere. Because I even looked into it after he made this video, wondering like, whoa, they refunded? That's pretty surprising. I can't find any proof of that. I would love to see where he found that.
It's funny that he thought LSF would be key in promoting the clips of the scam to show millions of people. The only things that get more than 2,000 views on that Reddit is drama, and the only drama that can break 10K views is clips of you. The clips from the scam show would at most get 200 views, 10 upvotes, and maybe 1 comment, all because of the way he designed the sub to only care about you. Yeah, ironically enough, because LSF for like the last 3 years have by force been turned into a Hasan subreddit that like it's no longer an organic audience. It only works if you actually base boost a drama post from the start, and then it reaches like all these other subreddits, and then people turn around and go, well, yeah, what the is wrong with this guy? Yeah, you know what? This guy does suck. That's it. That's the only way. When it goes viral on LSF, it gets pushed into popular. I think that's why they thought it would be useful. No, that's what I'm saying, but it's not going to get pushed into popular if it's not something being like Hasan kills his dog with a gun, shoots her in the face, and then it's just me doing this and my dog is just behind me. You know what I mean? I can't even move my shoulders without clipping it and being like, oh, you see, we got him again, boys. It's like, he and the septic tank sub deserve to be shit on for this, but why is no one mentioning Mythic Talent being involved, like the Extra Emily thing, and telling her to post about it in her Discord? No, I know.
Really not a secret or very surprising. I got removed directly for the post that I pinned to the top of the subreddit related to the game show or supposed and alleged scam, as well as kind of for deleting comments that were kind of critical of it. I also want to make a comment about kind of the Reddit code of conduct team as a whole. Reddit has all this flowery language about how kind of the code of conduct team is not here to punish you. It's kind of here to get you to act in good faith. It's here to kind of give you second chances and warnings and all.
Dan Stalkman tried to come for Extra Emily 2 to deflect. Yeah, I don't know why he did that. That's so stupid. That you only elevated the scam further. Yes, I know he was a software engineer for Twitch from 2017 to 2021. I know. And then he left Twitch. They just did it on LSF right now. Wait, shut the up. Ain't no way. Stop. Live stream fail. Let's see. New. Hasan begs Reddit to take action against the LSF and H3H3 subreddits for the endless harassment they've brought to the streaming community, his friends, and himself. 2 awards, 300 upvotes, shock collar hearts. I love that they are like, yeah, no, we are back to business, actually. Let's see what people are saying. Is he going to ask Reddit to handle the snark subs, or is that suddenly out of his control? He's going to pull a pizza cake if anyone even mentions his name. What the fuck is a pizza cake? There are like 3 H3 snark subreddits, and they all have pretty big following. I don't believe there's a single Hasan snark subreddit, but I think the existence of those subreddits are disgusting and should be banned on site. Kaya's so powerful she broke out of the echo chamber. She's almost free. We have almost done it. Hasan hosted Bad Empanada on his streams, by the way. Wow, I'm semi-famous and people don't like me. Wow. Literally awards for all of these posts. I can't even make a humorous quip. You know, all of these other big subreddits that are... Dude, look at this. And then you click on it and it's either a new account that just has like insane karma or account that like deleted all of their... keeps their posts hidden. But check out their status to learn more about them. Wow. In 2 years, this guy got 361,000 karmas, achievements, 200-day streak, 150-day streak, 100-day streak, embarrass underscore base underscore 389, 672 contributions. Type Hasan in his search bar and you will see. Wait, what? How? Aren't his posts hidden? Oh, never mind. I guess when you do type his... Wow, this seems like a totally random guy. Hasan praises Destiny's community. Is this near the end? Is this end near? Hasan says America is far worse than Iranian government. Hasan bans 33 months subscriber. Tells him to die for commenting on his workout frequency. 19,000 votes. Hasan lectures Mamdani for condemning pro-Hamas protesters. Hasan's liberal platform. This has to be trolling. No, guys. This stuff is not brigaded, okay? That was a totally normal post on the not... Did they delete it already? Oh, it's so funny that I was in the process of calling it out. A chatter speculated that eventually they will immediately start doing a bunch of fuck Hasan posts because they have only one speed. And then they did do it. And then the moderator removed it. So strange for this guy. I don't know how this is just an organic guy. Hasan Piker, have some conviction. Hasan claims that Jews work within the Nazi government's command structure. Everybody critical of Hasan is now an Israel dick rider. Hutch reacts to the Hasan puff piece. Brother, for years and years, this is all you've posted in promoting Lonerbox, H3H3, Destiny. Check the reason for removal. I don't know how to do that. How do you do that? Spam, LSF meta post. LSF must not be the main focus of a clip, including but not limited to threads. Sure. Dude, they have, what did you guys say it was? I'm not very tech. I don't know all this tech stuff, right? I don't know all this tech. So I don't know how they do it, but like apparently in Discord, they have like in Discord servers, they have like a ping anytime like my name gets mentioned anywhere or something. So they can just like seize it. They can dominate the conversation. All your Reddit posts are made by like 3 to 4 accounts that all repost on the same subreddits. An RSS feed. RSS feeds are ancient if you're talking about that. Okay, well, regardless, they have doors open. They have RSS feeds in Discords. They watch every day. They wait for the most like opportune moment to clip something, and they will instantly like take it and frame it in the most negative way they possibly can. Put it on LSF. Instantly pepper it with awards, and like all this shit that nobody understands anything about. Hasan's audience has harassed every single streamer. He has the single worst audience in terms of this shit. That's saying something. He intentionally brigades posts and has people post hate on every sub for Ethan Asman and others. Also, the harassment he's talking about is him shocking his dog and people talking about it. Lastly, the really fun thing is he actually thinks he's being funny and cool in this clip when he just really sounds like a boomer. Isn't bro on like Monox and finasteride? He stops either, mostly Monox, and that hair goes bye-bye. It's like, brother, you're a top 1% commenter on this, and you're a Seer fan. Why are you like this? Your favorite content creators are friends of mine. Has that not stopped you at all? Like, have you never considered that maybe, you know, this kind of stuff is not worth it? Maybe you might have the wrong opinion of me. Nope. I found another account. Might be why they hate you so much. I just don't get it. Is it time to brigade this shit for real and get banned again? No, they will never ban me, even if I brigade it every day, and I'm not going to do that. Search processing image, by the way, the bots are throwing a fit. What does that mean? That poster also agrees with you on a number of things, but just dislikes you in particular, lol. That's what I mean. I never understand how the these guys turn into this. You know, I don't know. I don't know how the they turn into this guy. Like, yeah, no, Ron is a dick for hanging out with a Trump dick rider. Andrew Tate fanboy asshole. But Hasan is trying to act morally superior when he hung out with and promotes terrorists, when he tries to talk for Iranians who died and insists they all believe the same way he does. I never did that. More importantly, he's accusing Ronaldo of hanging out with Aiden in a clout chase when Hasan is a huge clout chasing freak. That wasn't what Ronaldo was doing. Him being friends with actual assholes is an issue, but it's still not clout chasing. You're really winning the judge me by my enemies war? I mean, dude, I don't know, man. There is something going on with like, it's my fault. It has to be my fault. But I bring a very strange vibe to the party that people really like. Once it hits their frequency, it breaks their brains a little bit, and it causes them to spend every waking moment anywhere they are hating on me. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is at all, but it's like the most obsessive. Like, I often joke and I say, like, I'm the first victim, the first male victim of being objectified. I mean, it's happened a bunch of times. It's happened with like a bunch of content creators. It's happened with I guess I'm not the best judge of character. And that's probably part of it, because like, it's not with Ethan, it's not specific to just me. He does it with like his other former podcast co-host Trisha Paytas as well. And he has like a familial relationship with him or her, I'm sorry, and he still does it. By the way, I told you about the Twitter clip page botting likes early on your clips last time. They're doing it again, 1K likes instantly, while the Twitter views say the same. Which Twitter clip page is doing that? I literally think it's just because you're the biggest socialist content creator and the manufactured outrage was originally created for that reason, whether or not most people hate you for that reason today. D had a great point. I got a relevant FD clip for you today.
Hasan's problem. Hasan should have never had a show with Ethan Klein. Ever.
Okay, facts. It's true. That's true. It's because they think you're a woke scold to their favorite content creators from Clip Chimps. Oh, that's probably it. It's ironic because I'm the least woke scold in the entire left orbit. And that's ironic because everybody yells at me all the time because they think I don't woke scold enough. And I think it's smarmy and annoying. Okay, but you still woke scold? Not really. The most I do is when someone is spewing toxic bile. Like, think about it this way. Like, even with Asmongold, like, it took me a while for me to like start dealing with Asmongold. Woke scolding is when you get mad at someone for like a minor inconvenience or something that's like not a major problem, and refuse to assume that someone has the capabilities of changing. Right? If anything, I'm far too charitable. And also, I do maintain I do maintain as a primary principle, no woke scolding as a rule. Like, that's something that I'm committed to and have been committed to, because I understand that most people come at issues with a fundamental lack of knowledge, right? And that everyone has the capacity to change. Everyone has the capacity to become a better version of themselves. Everyone has the capacity to learn from their mistakes and not repeat them, right? That's something that I believe. I have changed. You know, there's things that I used to believe that I no longer believe, right? Like, you know, I use that as motivation. I use it as proof that you too can change. And plenty of people in this community have changed over time. So, you know, I'm gonna stay committed to that. You know what? I'm also gonna not watch the rest of this Charlie video because we already watched the whole video from this guy. And I feel like you guys are you've seen enough.
You will pet me whether you like it or not.